Once upon a time, in a small town nestled by a peaceful forest, there was a cat named Whiskers. Whiskers was an elegant grey tabby with striking green eyes that seemed to hold a world of secrets. But despite her graceful appearance, she had a heavy heart. Whiskers had been abandoned as a kitten, left alone under the shadow of an old oak tree on a chilly autumn evening. No one knew who had left her there, but she was cold, hungry, and afraid. For days she wandered the streets hoping someone would notice her, but the town was busy and people passed her by, too absorbed in their lives to pay attention to the lonely kitten. As time went on, Whiskers grew tired of searching for kindness. She found shelter under porches and behind trash cans, living off scraps of food. The world seemed vast and indifferent, and her heart grew quieter with each passing day. She would curl up in the darkest corners, wishing for a place to belong. Then, one rainy evening, as Whiskers huddled near a bakery door to shield herself from the storm, something miraculous happened. A warm hand reached down and gently scooped her up. It was an elderly woman named Mrs. Abigail who lived alone in a cozy cottage on the outskirts of town. Mrs. Abigail had seen Whiskers several times before, but that night, something about the way the cat looked at her made her heart melt. "You poor thing," she whispered, cradling Whiskers in her arms. "You're coming home with me." From that day on, Whiskers found a home filled with love and comfort. Mrs. Abigail gave her soft blankets to curl up on, fresh meals every day, and plenty of attention. The house was filled with the sweet scent of freshly baked pies, and the sound of warm laughter echoed through the rooms. Whiskers slowly blossomed in her new home. She learned to trust again, her once sad eyes now twinkling with joy. She would chase sunbeams in the living room, curl up on Mrs. Abigail's lap as she read stories, and even became the neighborhood's little star, visiting the children on sunny afternoons. One day, as Whiskers napped on the windowsill, a young boy named Thomas walked past. He stopped and looked at her with a smile. "You look so happy now," he said. Whiskers stretched and purred, basking in the warmth of the moment. She no longer felt lost or alone. She had found her place, and her heart had found its home. And so, Whiskers lived out her days with joy and love, reminding everyone she met that sometimes a sad story can lead to the happiest of endings.